Hi guys, so I am leaving the last gas station that I think is right on the trail or right before the trail. So I want to gas up. So that's one little, I don't know, I won't call it, I guess it's a tip, but it's my thing. This thing sucks gas, this Jeep. And I just want to make sure that it might, even though my GPS says 20 minutes to the trailhead, and then I start looking for my campsite, it might take me, another however many miles, who knows. So I just want to make sure I'm topped off at the last gas station. But we are almost there. I can't wait, and we'll see what we find. Hi guys, Omar with Overlanding Just Cause, and in this video I am going to talk about how to find a campsite, and once you get there, the things that you want to kind of look out for. So starting off, I don't know exactly how to find an exact campsite, so I kind of wing it. What I do is I go on Onyx Off-Road or Gaia GPS, which I'm new to Gaia GPS. Mainly I've used Onyx, not sponsored by either. Hopefully one day I will. But yeah, so on Onyx what I do is I kind of look at the area that has trails, like the George Washington National Forest. For example, it's the closest one to me, a few hours away. And what I do is I look at the trails and then I kind of just read about it. And a lot of the trails will say things like, 4x4 access, water crossings, graveled road, maintained road, not maintained, whatever the case is. But it also tell you in the details dispersed camping throughout. So if I see it and I'm digging it, whatever the case is, I hit a waypoint on it. So whenever it's decided that morning, go back to Onyx, go to waypoints, navigate to, and I show up. Now I show up to the trailhead, and for example, I'm on it right now, just got on the trail, and I am now starting to look for a campsite. Once you get on the trailhead, take it nice and slow, because there's cutouts everywhere, especially here, and yeah, you want to find a good, nice campsite. And we'll get in more detail on what that looks like. There are websites that will actually show actual campsites and where they're located and what's around them and things like that. I just, you got to pay for some of the subscriptions, and I think this is more fun. It's a little stressful because you're here, you're on the trail, and now you're looking for stuff. So yeah, it is fun, but it can be stressful because what if you don't find anything? Whatever. All right, guys, so I made it to camp. I hate backing this trailer up. It's probably the smallest trailer in the world, or at least one of them. And it's just so hard. All right, so back to the video topic, finding my campsite. Again, Onyx Off-Road, I just look for trails, and then I make sure it has dispersed camping. And there we go. Now, once I get on the trailhead, I drive slow and I look for campgrounds. This is one of the first ones we've passed. I went all the way down, saw a couple more that I didn't like. They were contenders, but ultimately I liked this one the best, so I made a U-turn. It was a wide turn. It had to be a wide turn because I can't back this thing up. And I came back here. So let's check it out. It's big enough, but man, I just had a lot of issues. So here's the trail. The road is way over there, and I came in because I wanted the Jeep parked like this so I can use the awning. So I came around and I thought I could make a wide turn around this tree and go around this one right here on the outside, and then come through the fire ring, and then go through this little brush patch, and then come around and kind of back up. Well, yeah, I got stuck going around this tree right here. So I had to unhook the trailer, use my Hercules strength to slide it over this way, got the Jeep around, reconnected, came around, and spent another 30 minutes doing this and being, oh man, I suck. I really, what I need to do is I need to hook this trailer up, go to a parking lot, and just practice. That's what I need to do. So, yeah. Now, once you find your campsite, what I like to do is, well, it's an old military thing that I learned back in the day. It's called SILS, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of this. It stands for stop, look, listen, and smell, right? So I get here, I let the dogs out, and I do the looking and the stopping and then the looking, but they do the listening and the smell for me. So again, 2 big dogs, they're moving around, they're smelling everything, but things that you're looking for, the trees. So you don't want any widow makers above you, and these are all older trees, but it is fall going into winter, so they're not going to have a lot of leaves on them, but they just look old. And that's something that you have to be careful with, right? Because the last thing you want is just to be hanging out and a branch to fall on you. So widow makers is something that you're looking for. Another thing, if you're camped next to a creek, you got to be mindful of flash floods. So right now, rain is in the forecast. Hopefully it's passed and I can't get cell reception. So yeah, just be mindful of the river there. If it starts raining, it can obviously flood, because if you look, all that is mountain. So water is going to flow. Here's the river, and bad things could happen. So again, things to think about. Stop, look, listen, feel, smell. What do you what kind of things are you looking for? Just, a clean campsite. You're looking for broken glass. You're looking for, signs of teenage use, if you know what I mean, or just use. So yeah, if you see stuff that some drug paraphernalia or, some condoms or something like that, this is a hot spot. So probably don't want to keep your family here. So you're looking for stuff like that. You're listening for just odd things, right? So that's the biggest thing about stopping, is staying still. If the first thing you do is get the kids out and they're running around acting crazy, you can't really, have them stop and listen, and just listen for, abnormal things. Smelling abnormal things, gas, fire, or whatever. I don't know. But I really do like to let the dogs out, especially in the summertime. They run around and they scare off whatever animals could be around, the smaller animals. Athena, come! She just found something. And she looks scared. Good thing I have my Glizzok. All right, so yeah, they, snakes, they scare off things like that. So I let them run around, they smell, and yeah, they're doing what they do, is, protect us. And I'll protect them when shit comes. Another thing that you want to do is do a perimeter walk. For example, there's a trail that comes into this campsite. The campsite is fairly big, not big enough for me to maneuver my trailer, but minor details, right? But you also want to do a nice perimeter walk. You don't have to go far, but just outside of this initial area, like, I don't know if you notice Cadence. Where is she? Cadence over there. She's into something, and that's where Athena was. Cadence, get over here. Which would be a dead animal that she's eating. Damn wolves. She's not a wolf. But yeah, you know, just do a perimeter walk, walking around. Like for example, here there's a trail. I'm gonna check that out, and I'm sure that just goes to the creek or whatever that is back there, that water stream. And the whole sills thing, stop, look, listen, smell, that's a continuous thing. That just doesn't stop as soon as you get to camp and stop for, you know, 30 seconds, look, listen, smell, right? Obviously, you know, attention to detail, you want to be aware of your surroundings, and that should be a constant thing, right? Attention to detail. So yeah, your family's here and kids might be making a lot of noise, but every once in a while, go off to the side and really focus on your surroundings. Because, you know, in my situation, I'm by myself. Yeah, I have 2 big dogs and I have my Glizzog, but, you know, things can pop off anywhere. So, yeah, you're in the woods, backcountry woods. Cadence, get over here. Backcountry woods with a lot of hunters that drink natty ice. I wish I had some natty ice right now. All right, so that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And hell, if I left something out, which I'm sure I did, because this is, you know, a video that I was like thinking on the fly as I was driving to this campsite. I'm like, hey, this is something good to talk about. And if you guys have a website that's free, that gives you campsite locations, dispersed camping or backcountry camping, whatever website calls it, then let me know in the comments, because that would be really cool to actually know exactly where you're going. And yeah. So guys, take care, and I will see you guys in the next video.